All right, hey guys, happy Thursday. Thanks for checking in with the second video on my YouTube channel. I just wanted to preface this with it's going to be a pretty short talk, and this is just to set up what's going to come because you've got to be ready to receive a lot of the things that we're going to go over when it comes to personal growth. And if you can't start out with this one thing, then this channel is not going to be of much help for you because you're going to try to implement a lot of these things, and unless you've got this one thing, you just won't be able to tackle it. This one thing is instrumental to any type of growth journey that you are going to go on, whether it is in the professional world and you're trying to move up in your company, or if it's in your personal life where you're trying to be a better mom, wife, whatever it is, or if you're just trying to be a better person in general to serve others and to grow in your knowledge and wisdom, you've got to have this one thing. I'm going to give you a second to think about it. What do you think this one thing is that you've got to start out with before you can do anything? All right, so I feel like maybe a couple of you out there got it, but this is something that I did not know was going to be instrumental in my growth journey until I was forced to do this. I was forced to be vulnerable. That's it. You've got to be vulnerable. If you cannot be vulnerable with yourself, you will not be able to grow. Period. End of story. I'm not one to sugarcoat. I'm very blunt. I will tell you how it is, and I'm telling you how it is. You cannot grow if you cannot be vulnerable with yourself. Being vulnerable with other people in a safe space, that's okay, and that's going to help, and we'll do a video talking about when it's important to bring other people into those very private spaces of your life to help you in the growth journey. But right now I'm talking about you. You have to be vulnerable with yourself. What does that look like? That looks like you being willing to be real in your own thoughts. And I know that sounds kind of silly because a lot of people, including myself, think that when you're inside your own head, there's nothing to fear, right? Wrong. We are taught to do things as perfect as possible. We're taught to get the right answers, and if we don't get the right answers, we get doctor grade, or if we don't do the right thing, it could cost us whatever. We're conditioned to think that we have to be right and that there's no room for weakness, because if you show weakness, then you are not strong enough to succeed. When it comes to your mindset and how your brain processes through things, it takes on that same conditioning where even if you're in your own head, you don't allow yourself to admit or be vulnerable with yourself where there could be improvement. So I'm going to challenge you guys to be vulnerable within yourself today. Okay, after this video stops, so it's not going to be a long one, after this video is over, I want you to sit down and reflect for at least 5 minutes, at least 5. I don't know if you're going to be able to get into a bunch of layer of thinking and consciousness and all that kind of stuff, but I want you to take at least 5 minutes to really think about where are the areas where I have not been vulnerable with myself. I'll share some examples to help you guys get going, and then I'm going to let y'all do this on your own because this is going to set up the entire series that we're going to go over today. The people that I bring in and interview, they're going to be professionals and experts in their specific areas. And if that's an area that after this self-reflection you've realized is something, after being vulnerable with yourself, that you need to work on, that you need to grow in, it's going to be so much more valuable to you. It's going to be so much more helpful. It's going to actually allow you to put some things in place to really help you in this growth journey. And just a little side note, a lot of people have a lot of free time right now because of the COVID-19 virus, and it's very scary. And I would encourage you guys, this is totally off topic, but I kind of should have started with this off. Do not panic, okay? I know it's really hard sometimes when you see people buying toilet paper like crazy, clearing all the food off the shelves, acting like this is going to be the end of the human race. It's not. It's going to be okay. It's scary. I don't want to take away from that. But while we have a lot of time when we're isolating ourselves, which is a good thing, use that time to really benefit and grow you. Don't scroll on, mindless social media or games or, Xbox or PlayStation. Don't miss this opportunity because, ladies and gentlemen, I just spoke with a woman who's 71 years old. She's never seen anything like this. So to experience this in your lifetime is scary. It's uncharted territory, and use this time wisely, okay? Because you may not get this kind of time to yourself again. All right, that being said, let's get back on topic. We have to be vulnerable with ourselves. We have to think about the areas where we may be lacking, and that is sometimes scary for us to do, but it's important, okay? So some areas that I had to be vulnerable with myself and realize I was lacking in relationships. I was lacking as a daughter. I was lacking as a friend. I was lacking as a girlfriend. I've been with the same person for over 5 years. So I got in that comfortable phase where I just wanted to be served and not to serve. When it comes to my family, I just, my parents may not describe me as this, but I felt like I was a leech. I wasn't, just taking their money or making them pay my bills or anything like that, but I was leeching all of their emotional and mental energy to help me deal with stuff that I didn't really want to deal with. So if I felt sad, I would go to my mom and say, Mom, blah, word vomit. Here's everything that I'm upset about. I'm going to vent to you. And guys, that takes a toll on other people. It's okay to sometimes get things out, but when you become the kind of person that you only call somebody to vent, you're a leech. Okay, I was a leech. So, and then I was not there for my friends. I was there when it was convenient for me, and then outside of that, did not serve anybody. So those are some areas where I had to get vulnerable with myself because I realized that I was not doing well in my relationships. Another area that I was not doing well, I had a lot of issues that I knew were all connected to one thing inside my heart, inside my mind that I just didn't want to face. And by me not addressing that, by me not getting vulnerable with myself, I allowed myself to exhibit patterns that were not healthy when it came to my finances, when it came to relationships, when it came to my ability to be present at my job. So instead of addressing that, I buried it underneath going to get my nails done, going to get pretty new things to decorate my new house with. I covered that with, having people over at my house and whining and dining and entertaining, but never getting really down to the core issue. So I need you to be real with yourself in the next 5 minutes, and I want you guys to be back here next Thursday because we're going to start to dive in, okay? This is going to be a very self-reflective journey, and it has to be. All right. There are some things that other people can come into your life and they can help you with. All right. But it is not all supposed to be done in partnership with other people. A community is important, but dependency is not good. So this video series is supposed to equip you to grow you. Okay, so if this resonates with you guys, or if you know somebody that might benefit from being a part of this series, I want you to share this with them. I want you to get the YouTube channel to them, get this video to them, and let them know that they're not alone. Okay, we're gonna go through this together as a community, but also be equipped individually to be able to ask the hard questions, to get through some real stuff together. Okay, so I love you guys. It's gonna be okay. Stay inside, wash your hands, be safe. Please don't go around other people that are more at risk, autoimmune diseases, anybody with, chemo, radiation, anybody who is, in the older area, older ages. Just be wise, please. Love you guys. We're in this together. We're going to get through this together, and we're going to use this as a season of growth. We're going to put this time to good use, okay? For all my type A people, you've got a plan, all right? Just stick with me. We'll go through it. All right, I love you all.